My kids call this chocolate chicken. It's one of their favorite meals. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this mole sauce from scratch. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is put the chicken to boil. I've added a little bit of salt. And I'm also putting a little piece of garlic and onion. And I'm going to let that boil while we chop up the rest of our veggies and our chilies. I'm also putting the lid on so that way it could cook faster. Okay, so I have taken the chicken out. It is done cooking, and I have my broth here that the chicken cooked in. I'm going to set that here. I have oil for frying right here, and all of the ingredients are these. Right here I have the chiles. I have about 5 of each. These ones are the chile ancho. I've already taken out the seeds and taken off the stems while the chicken was cooking. I also have about 5 chile guajillo and 5 of these negros, the chile negro. So they all have seeds removed and deveined. And then I'm also going to be using, this is plantain. I'm going to be using plantain instead of the bolillo. I have 1 tortilla and a little bit of crackers. This crackers is, I'll show you the box later on. I have some sesame seeds and some, what is this? Peanuts? Yeah. Some allspice, cloves. I don't have any more of the small peppers, the peppercorns, so I'm just going to add the powder, the ground one that I have at the end. I have about a half or a third of the onion, 2 Roma tomatoes, about 6 garlics, one jalapeno pepper. I'm not going to put that in. I'll show you what I do with it later because the kids like to eat this and that might be too spicy. And then I'm also going to be using 1 tablet of the abuelita's chocolate, maybe 2, I don't know. And then this is 1 little box of the raisins. So just really quick, this is the box of the cookies that I'm using, but you can use Ritz, you can use saltines, you can use bread or whatever, but this is what I'm using. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to start doing is we're going to start frying our chilies in the oil. And then as soon as our chilies are done, we don't want them to burn. We just want them to get a little bit soft. And we'll go ahead and put everything right into our broth. And then I'm just going to take this and put this right into our broth like that. So I'm going to do this to all the chilies that we have here. And basically we're going to be doing that same thing for all of this ingredients. So just passing it through, making sure not to burn, because when it burns, then that's when it tastes bitter. And if one burns, then you can just take it out and not use that one. So I'm also going to add the jalapeno in here because I like to get the flavor of the jalapeno, but my husband also likes to eat them when they're nice and cooked like this. So, and then I take it out in the end and I don't add it to the blender. When I go to blend everything, I just keep it out to the side and serve it on his plate for him. So these are done. And how do you know they're done? How you know they're done is they're just softer and they poof up a little bit. So that's good. And add that to our broth as well. The oil's popping?
Yeah. Well, that burns so bad.
I'm sorry, baby.
It's okay.
And we'll keep adding all this stuff. This plantain, I waited until the skin was nice and dark. So, and it is a little bit hard to peel sometimes, but just when they're darker like that, then they taste a little bit sweeter. And then I'll also be just, the regular tortilla. Okay, next we'll go ahead and start adding our plantain. Ah! You have one? Careful, go stick your hand in the water. And if, you know, this recipe, some people use the bolillo, the bread, and all different kinds, but I like using the plantain just because I feel it's a little bit more nutritious than using that big bread. So you can choose pretty much whatever you want for a carb. If you don't have the bolillo, I mean, I don't see why just a regular piece of bread wouldn't work. And, you know, Ritz crackers, saltine crackers. These crackers that I have are a little bit sweet because the kids like the sweets. They call mole, they call it chocolate chicken. So they like it. And we'll let that get toasted up a little bit. And this, turn that. Okay, I think these are just about done. I just want like a toasty crust sort of on them. We'll go ahead and start putting them right into our broth. And then we'll go with our tortilla. So you just want this to get nice and toasted, crunchy. Start adding the tomatoes, the onion, that was a close one. So I put the chocolate in there. I couldn't open it one-handed, but we're not going to be passing that through the oil. So we'll give these a little bit. Just basically a quick pass through. Oops. Put this all in there. Everything. And that is it. That's all we're frying. For this sesame seeds, I'm going to toast it in here without oil. And I'll let that heat up. And because seeds, especially these ones, they like to jump, I'm going to cover it. And we'll just toast that. Okay, so once those are toasted, then we're just going to add them also into our broth here. And all of this is going to go into the blender now. Real quick, I'm gonna add pepper because when you're frying all this stuff, you can, if you have the peppercorns, you can pass that through the oil real quick too. But since I don't have peppercorns right now, I'm just gonna add some regular table grind black pepper and a little bit of salt. The pepper was probably about I would say like half a tablespoon pepper. If you have the peppercorns, just grab a big pinch full. And I'm going to keep blending, and I also have oil heating nuts. So here is my mole, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fry it in a little bit of oil. And I'm going to turn that down. And I'll keep blending. Okay, so I went what I did is I added another chocolate because I know my kids like it chocolatier. And what I'm doing now is adding everything, the rest of the stuff, to the blender. And we'll just keep blending this up. Speed mode. You brush your teeth on speed mode. Okay, so that is done. Our mole is done. And you can start adding your chicken directly to this, or you can just serve it right on top. The last thing is just a spoonful of sugar. By the way, this mole sauce freezes really well, so I like to make this big batch and freeze half of it because it is such a process to make. I don't like to do it all the time, and so it just makes it easier to make it in a large pot like this and then freeze the rest for later. How pretty. Huh? Here, can you hold this right here so I can get the perfect shot?
I'm gonna go drink some soda, okay? Mommy. Making that me mine.
Perfect.
That looked even better.
The light.
Hey, Mom. What happened to my shorts and the shirt that comes together?
The overalls?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Did you buy them?
Yeah.
You did?
So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. This is one of my kids' favorite meals. They love their chocolate chicken, so I hope you give it a try. Let me know how it turns out for you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.